Hi Claire.
Hi Filiz.
Please introduce yourself to the AIMCOST audience.
Okay, my name is Clare Strode. I'm a reader in vector biology at Edgehill University. I specialise in the control of Aedes and Filiz vectors with a focus on insecticide resistance, and I'm also involved in Aedes, invasive Aedes surveillance.
Yeah, so you have a really cool paper.
Thank you.
So which AIMCOST institutions participated in it?
So Edgehill University was the sole AIMCOST institute involved in the project.
Okay, so could you sum up the results for us for a little bit?
Yeah, so basically current surveillance methods for invasive Aedes species involve detection of adults and larvae after there's been an introduction establishment. But there's no methods for carrying out surveillance to look at the introduction of eggs, and if you could do that, you could stop the problem before it started. So Tom Dallimore and I came up with the idea of using readily available adhesive tapes to screen used tyres for the presence of invasive Aedes eggs. So what we did is we tested this theory in the lab using Aedes aegypti, and the tapes were able to detect the eggs when you put them on the tyres, which gives you a visual inspection, so you could treat a shipment of tyres, for example, before they go on to their onward destination, or at least track it and then treat to kill the eggs afterwards. So we were also able to extract and amplify DNA from the taped eggs, which allowed us to do species-specific PCR, and that would also help in the field because you could do population genetic studies, and also you could screen eggs for the presence of arboviruses. And also we were able to hatch and rear the taped eggs to adults, which allow you to do further investigations, for example, insecticide resistance screening. And all those findings we were able to extract DNA and rear when the eggs have been on the tape for up to 10 days. And also in the paper we propose how this method could fit into a current surveillance system for invasive Aedes eggs.
Great. So what are your future plans?
Well, we did a very small pilot study of how this method could be used in the field, and that was done by one of our port health officers in the UK, who was able to tape tyres and send them through to us in the post to Edgehill for inspection. But what we'd really like to do is to test the practical application of this surveillance tool in the field in more high-risk areas. So we're looking for partners in those areas. And also what we will be doing is producing a very simple, user-friendly guide for people who are doing surveillance in the field for how they could use this method.
That's great. Thank you for sharing all of that with us.
No problem.